Eddie Kramer is the man responsible for bringing out the production of some of the most influential rock icons of the late 60s and the early 70s. This man was behind most of the records my parents listened to growing up, so his sound really hits home because it was something I was brought up with in my childhood. I mean, he has nearly 5 decades worth of hits under his belt. Works from everyone from Led Zeppelin, Kiss, the Beatles, the Stones, Curtis Mayfield, and who some would probably argue is the most important, the late, great Jimi Hendrix himself. Basically, if it was the 70s and it was a hit, probability was Eddie Kramer was behind it somewhere along the way. From a young age, Eddie had a background in the music side of this industry. Being raised in South Africa, he was conducted in classical piano as well as violin and cello. It wasn't really until he was 19 and left for England to attend college that Kramer picked up the art of tracking, recording local jazz groups at his home establishment. In '65, Kramer established KPS Studios, a 2-track recording facility, and despite its immaturity, it grew rapidly and was bought out less than a year later to Regret Sounds. After the buyout is when Kramer's power moves really came into motion. Eddie joined Olympic Sound in '66 and there developed his relationships with the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Small Faces, and his lifetime friend Jimi Hendrix, who was proven to be the most powerful and longest relationship of Kramer's career. From there on out, Eddie would be responsible for working on everything with Jimi, from Are You Experienced to Cry of Love. In '69, Eddie went independent and engineered Led Zeppelin II, which fans consider to be the most influential piece of work of its time. The number spoke for himself, obviously, because after the project, Kramer then got the okay for the next 5 albums. Kramer states in an interview that Zepp 2 was mixed over a 2-day period in New York. They had bleed all through the vocal tracks and they couldn't get a re-record of the part where Plant would scream, "Woman, you need it." So Kramer threw on an echo and voila, you have the hit record. What proved to be Kramer's biggest jump in his career would be the Woodstock Festival. A 3-day festivity held in the outskirts of New York to promote peace and music to the world. Kramer states it as being the most stressful moments of his life, saying when he got there, the stage was a wreck, they had problems with the sound, and he pretty much knew how the next 3 days was going to play out. Describing the 72 hours as 3 days of hell and drugs, having to take vitamin B shots just to be able to stay awake through all the festivities. Woodstock proved, though, to be a great beneficent factor to Kramer, establishing him as one of the most important live music producers of the rock era. The festival is what helped strengthen ties Kramer had with Kiss, the Stones, and Zeppelin, along with Santana, David Bowie, and the Dominoes, just to name a few. Kramer would then go on to work the next Woodstock along with the sound for the film. After Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix hired Eddie Kramer to build and run his studio, Electric Lady, a $1 million facility in which Eddie was the director of engineers. After 4 years, though, of successful hits from Electric Lady, Eddie decided to leave and work with the #1 band in America and pushed out Kiss Alive. After the generated success, Kramer would work on Kiss's Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun, Double Platinum, and Alive 2, as well as doing the Stones and Zeppelin's live albums on the side. After the death of his close friend in 1970, Jimi Hendrix, Kramer went on to produce all of Hendrix's tribute albums as well as co-author his biography. Now in 2013, has out his Eddie Kramer Artist Signature Collection bundle, something that's been in the line for the last 5 to 6 years and has go-to tools in it, such as the Pi Vintage compressor, the Helios EQ, and the Eddie Kramer master tape saturation plugin, all of which engineers and producers around the world are using on a daily basis and is a key element to anybody's mix, proving to be one of the most influential people of this industry.